Welcome to our Q2 and second half presentation. My name is Guðmundur Gíslason, CEO of Ice Fish Farm, and with me here today is our CFO, Róbert Róbertsson. We have had busy months to prepare and are sorry for the delay, but the merger and challenging situation due to ISA is the cause. We will go over the progress of the merger, financing and production. To start with, I would like to go through our capability to build up stable production. We have with the merger now 100% control of the region. This allows us to put up production zones that will increase biosecurity. We have post-smolt production capacity on land for up to 7 million and sizes up to 900 grams, producing around 3,000 tons for biomass that is transferred to sea. We are continuing to grow and improve our smolt production. At sea, we have strong equipment, capable manpower, many fjords and sites. We have currently license of 43,800 tons. As you can see on the right side, we are located on the east coast of Iceland and have currently 4 fjords that our smolt stations are located on the south and north coast of Iceland, where there is abundance of water, both sea and fresh. In summary, Ice Fish Farm is the only company that I know of that controls the whole region. First in Iceland to put up production zones, most smolt production in number of smolt and sizes, and newest equipment and far biggest license. Our CFO, Róbert Róbertsson, will now go through actions that have been done already and Q2 results.
Good morning. Here's an overview of actions taken in the second quarter, as well as key ongoing processes. Ice Fish Farm acquired in May all shares in Laxar Fiskeldi, as well as increased its stake in Búlandstindur harvesting station, and now owns 2/3 of the company. The process started in last December when the shareholders of Ice Fish Farm and Laxar Holding reached an agreement where Ice Fish Farm would acquire Laxar Fiskeldi and Búlandstindur. The transaction went through on 30th of May this year, which is the consolidation date of the transaction. Laxar Holding received corresponding shareholding in Ice Fish Farm. Number of shares issued amounted to around 37.5 million shares, making the total numbers of shares 91.5 million. Ice Fish Farm is currently in talks with selected financial institutions discussing financial possibilities for future financing as well as refinancing of all interest-bearing debt. Each company in the group is currently financed separately and adheres to different terms and covenants. The aim is to simplify the loan structure of the group and finance all interest-bearing debt on group level. The process is ongoing, but we aim to complete the refinancing process before the end of this year. Our subsidiary, Fiskeldi Austfjarða, sold all its shares in the smolt producer Ísþór. The enterprise value for 50% of the company amounted to 16 million euros. The sales agreement was signed in May 2022 and was confirmed by the Icelandic Competition Authority in August. Investments in property, plant and equipment amounted to 79 million NOK in the first half of this year. We anticipate investments for the second half reaching approximately 130 million NOK. Total investment needed in 2023 is estimated to reach 107 million NOK, which is historically low for Ice Fish Farm and is mainly due to synergies from the acquisition of Laxar and Búlandstindur. Total investment needed in 2024 is estimated to reach 240 million NOK. Operational performance will be the main focus for investment in 2023, and the estimated production capacity in all parts of the value chain will be about 30,000 tons at the end of 2024. The ISA outbreak was a setback in our production. ISA-infected fish was written down of roughly 100 million NOK at the end of second quarter. The write-down is for infected fish harvested in third and fourth quarter this year. The ISA outbreak also resulted in early harvest, which affects the income and results for this year and next year. 2023 will be a growth period for the company where we focus on building up biomass. This delays our plans, but we will be on track in September next year. Here you can see the financial overview and results of the second quarter. As I mentioned earlier, Laxar Fiskeldi and Búlandstindur were consolidated at the end of May, which means that operational results from the companies in June are included in the consolidated numbers. Revenues for the quarter amounted to 87 million NOK, and the year-to-date revenue 243 million NOK. Harvested volume amounted to roughly 1,100 tons, and the year-to-date harvest number is 3,800 tons. EBIT before fair value adjustment, adjusted for the biomass write-down, was 18.1 million NOK. EBIT per kilo, adjusted for the biomass write-down, was 16.2 NOK per kilo. The average gutted weight was low during the quarter, or around 2.9 kilo. Despite this low average harvest weight, EBIT per kilo was relatively good, which we attribute to high prices during the quarter. EBIT and EBIT per kilo are, in addition to the biomass write-down, affected by the fact that the majority of the fish harvested in the second quarter has been from sites affected by ISA virus. This results in low average weight, higher cost per kilo, and lower price achievements. As you can see demonstrated here, the acquisition in May impacts the balance sheet significantly. Total assets are increasing from 1.7 billion NOK at the end of last year to 3.8 billion NOK at the end of this quarter, or second quarter. Fair value adjustment of the biological assets was taken out, which impacts current assets by 56 million NOK decrease. The biomass write-down was put up to reduce the book value of the biological assets down to the anticipated revenue of the fish infected with the ISA. The fair value adjustment to the biological assets was reduced to zero, as we already have the book value of the fish equal to the market value. The balance sheet is strong, with equity ratio of 58%. Liabilities and interest-bearing debt are also impacted by the consolidation of Laxar Fiskeldi and Búlandstindur. Interest-bearing debt, including loan from shareholders, amounted to around 1.1 billion at the end of second quarter, compared to 518 million at the end of last year. Total liabilities increased from 592 million at the end of last year to 1.6 billion at the end of the second quarter this year. The split between current and non-current liabilities is affected by the fact that we are reclassifying all non-current loans in our subsidiaries, Laxar Fiskeldi, to current liabilities, as the company's loans are in breach of covenants at the end of second quarter. The lenders of Laxar have signed a waiver letter. Now Guðmundur will take over.
Lessons learned and actions taken due to ISA. The virus came from a wild fish and it mutated into a variant causing ISA. We implemented regular monitoring of all sites, which should ensure early detection and reduce biological risk. This is a similar program as in Faroe Islands, with good success, and recent samplings show that the virus level is low, so currently we do not have any outbreaks of ISA in Iceland. General biosecurity improvements have been taken and risk now is considered low. Our decision in early this year to implement production areas, see picture on the right hand side, this separates generations and secures resting of areas. ISA vaccination will start in Q4 and we aim to vaccinate all fish. This will reduce risk. Improved quality program to have more robust fish. Initiatives to improve fish on land are our main investment next months. Focus is quality instead of quantity. Healthy fish with good production value chain is our top priority. Smolt farming is where it starts. Our investment there is to improve production, use our capacity of over 40,000 cubics to deliver big smolts that reduce biological risk and improve production and fish health welfare. This increases cost on land, both investments and more biomass to hold and transport to sea, but this extra cost is making the rest of the farming in sea shorter and less cost, so in total we produce more with lower cost. Sea farming with production zones, we have already lowered risk. We have harmonized feeding, cage setup, maximum density during colder months. This will give us good FCR, lower mortality and therefore more production. We have all equipment for sea ready for 2023. As we harvested sites out, first time since start, we do not need to build up a new site. This allows us to be better prepared and have focused on the fish even more. For example, we received 2 aqua barges in August that are specially built for the demanding sites. They have already proven how good they are in a storm last weekend, and most of our barges run on hybrid and land power. Harvesting has been demanding in the quarter. Small fish that takes longer to process, mostly manual gutting, higher costs and less tons per shift, not full utility of wellboat and other factors. We have now fully functioning box factory at our harvesting station in Djúpivogur. Box no longer need to be transported from the capital. Focus in Djúpivogur is to improve biosecurity and actions to extend shelf life. We have certified salmon with high quality, using special feed and strict standards on our production. With our partners in Seaborn and Ulco, have managed to sell small fish due to ISA with great success. I'd like to thank them especially. Cooperation partners really show what they are made of during difficult times. We have ongoing contracts with our main customer in USA and possible to go to spot market when it is favorable. Our target is in Q3 and Q4 is 50-50 spot and contracted. We are excited to start selling fish to other parts of the world with a volume in 12 months. We aim to achieve premium for our fish as we have done since 2019. And outlook. The market we know has been good and we see demand for premium salmon. Future growth is limited, especially for the land-based as electricity prices have increased significantly, for example in Norway. Improved quality, increased production from 8 million smolt output to around 33,000 to 35,000 tons. As of June, we have invested around 80% of total investment needed to reach 30,000 tons. As you see, investments left to reach 30,000 tons capacity of 321 million. That means we have already invested 80% needed. Even we had ISA, we aim to harvest 5,000 tons for the rest of this year. That brings the total combined company to 11,300 tons, which is 2,300 tons higher than we expected in Q1 2022. First time in a while we can increase our forecast. But on the other hand, we are building up biomass in the first half of 23 and no planned harvest until second half 2023. We are increasing our biomass from around 5,000 tons currently to nearly 20,000 at the peak in 23 and 30,000 tons in 24. In 2024, we expect to reach at least 20,000 tons with production capacity of 30,000 tons.